Howdy everyone, Farmerman here. Welcome back to beautiful Woodshire in northwest US. It is another beautiful day here, just approaching 6:30, but there have been some big developments here in Woodshire. I'm telling you, the small little community is booming, But we'll get back to that in a second. I am just checking on the poplars here, seeing how they are doing. And of course, we planted them, so they are fine and outstanding poplars. And then I got the New Holland in the water tank up here. I was giving the greenhouses some water. I'm thinking I'm going to go down and check to see. I would doubt it if there was any big pile of manure, but we can get manure in here. But yeah, lettuce looks good. Tomatoes, how are they doing? Yeah. Okay, we're growing. But let's go downtown. I gotta show you the development of Woodshire here. I'll tell you the story on the way, if I can figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. Anyways, as you probably have known, I was in Ireland there for a while, touring breweries, Smithwick's, Guinness, and learning the brew making process, because I was approached a while back by some friends of mine in the Woodshire area here that wanted to start a brewery. They wanted to produce a lager, pilsner, and maybe an amberbock of sort. But anyways, and they asked me if I'd be interested in joining their little venture, and I thought, that's not a bad idea. How can I help? So basically what they came up with is, well, if you'd be interested in learning how to make beer, and you're a farmer, so you can provide us barley. I said, yeah, that's a great idea. So that's how I got involved. I am the barley professional, so to speak, and learned a little bit about the beer making process. So that has been worked on, and it is up. I wouldn't say it's up and running yet, because we have the barley to get there and start the beer making process. But the building's up. They did a little bit of development down there. Yeah, so pretty neat, I tell you. And then the other thing, in the lot that they had purchased for the brewery, they had some extra space, and one of the individuals involved in this venture made his money by car washes, of all things. So he wanted to put on the other end of the lot a car wash. So I thought, hey, yeah, okay, that's whatever turns your tractor, go for it. So that's another big development here in Woodshire. So, believe it or not, the new beer is going to be called Woodshire. I don't know, how unique, huh? But yeah, so that's going to happen. I'm going to drop this tank off here. I'll just top them off. Animals should be taken care of, but that's good. So let's go down. Well, actually, you know what? Tell you what. My money has dropped significantly. Took a big hit, and I'll tell you why. And I'm going to go up this way, and I'll show you. Being that my part of this bargain is having to do with producing the barley and helping in the beer making process, I needed barley, and I don't have any. Well, I think I do have a little bit. But I needed more barley. And it just so happened that Mr. Wright, the individual that I bought field 19 from, he had more fields that he was trying to get rid of, like the one next to my farm there that I didn't get it on, but had another one up here, field, I think he called it field 21, which is not a bad location. I mean, it's kind of up here next to Uncle Tom's place, and it borders the field, the grassland that we turned into a field. So that all kind of worked out there, and it had barley on it. And if I was to purchase it and it is right here on the left. What a beautiful looking field, huh? Yep. So I had to buy that, and of course I had money from the silage, so I didn't need to borrow any. But there it is, nice field, good size, good shape, and it kind of borders my other one here. And if if I needed to down the road, I suppose I could just join the two. But yeah, so that is now part of the farm, and it has barley. So that's good news. That's exciting stuff. Let's go down to the town, and I'll show you the brewery. Too bad my tractor was a little more dirty. I could take advantage of the wash. Maybe I'll do that anyways. But yeah. So I'm pretty excited about it. I am really excited about this new venture, and hopefully, make some money doing it. I mean, really, think about it. I mean, how much more fun can it be selling beer, selling beer, and making money at the same time? I mean, it's just, it's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. As usual, traffic is slow. So other than that, there's another development here that we'll talk about after the brewery tour here, and I'll show you all that. That we'll get to. But besides that, let's see, animals are in good shape. We don't have any crops that are ready to be harvested. Greenhouses are taken care of. So basically, we're just kind of laying low for a little while, and waiting for things to progress. But I'll have to double check to see what I have in storage for barley. I think I have a little bit. I can bring that down here. At least that'll start the barley process. As I am darn near falling asleep here from driving so slow. But we go up this way. There was an empty parcel of land that the city owned, the city of Woodshire, and they offered some tax incentives for individuals who wanted to develop it. So that's how we got the property such a good price. But you got to watch out for traffic around these corners. They are absolutely crazy. Let's see, where am I going now? Am I lost in Woodshire? Oh no, I got to go right here. For a minute there, I thought, how in the world do you get lost in Woodshire? But right up here, nice looking place. They brought in some trees. There's the brewery with they put a little gazebo out there for people to sit and enjoy their brewski. And then on this end is the little truck wash, car wash, tractor wash, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to wash the New Holland. I have a free token pass because part of this thing, so I know we're not that dirty, but we'll just clean it up a little bit. So enter in my card. Yep. Whoops. What am I doing here? There we go. And we'll just give her a little squirt, but nice. Yep. This will be nice. I got one of these power washers, pressure washers at the farm. But if you're down here in the neck of the woods and you don't want to drag the mud, the dirt on the highway, you can just come in here and take care of it for you. So yeah, so that's good. Put this back. Yeah, nice little addition to Woodshire. I mean, the townspeople, they're gonna like that. They can wash their vehicles off here, and the only thing is I don't know where the water drains to because there's no grate in the middle here. But yeah, I suppose they'll figure that out. Maybe they'll install it, but kind of hard to do that after the fact. But anyways, yep, that's the truck wash. On the other side of this little row of trees is our new brewery. Yep, pretty fancy. So I just got to drop off my barley in there. And speaking of that, let's just check. I don't think I have any barley. Do I have? Well, I got 4,800 liters. You know, that might not be too bad just to start. Yeah, we could go up and get we can get that. At least they have some to start the process. Whoa, buddy! You can just take up the whole road then until that field is ready to be harvested, and then, boy, you too. I'm gonna get out of your way. Then we can bring the rest of that down here. So that barley off of that field will come to the brewery. And, you know, I get a little premium off the barley, so it's not like I'm giving away the barley for free. So and then I have another field in my my rotation that I can use. So I think it all works out pretty well. I think it's a good thing. And on top of that, I get a lifetime supply of Woodshire beer. So let's head up to the farm here. Hook up to the Marshall trailer. Head over to Uncle Tom's. I'll get that 4,800 liters, whatever it was, and we'll bring that down to the brewery. And then we have to discuss the other thing that I was talking about. Well, I feel like I could just tell you that on the way here. I'll just keep my mouth shut talking about other things, and we'll discuss that. Okay, so here's the other part of the dilemma. It's not really a dilemma, but it's, you know, a conundrum. I was in Oregon Springs, in a neighboring town not too far from here, for a little farmers convention put on by the area co-op. And one of the speakers at the convention was telling about forage. Forage is for corn. And when the best time to harvest a corn crop for a forage. And I thought that was kind of right up my alley, being I've got 3 cornfields, you know, waiting to harvest for forage. You know, some for in our personal storage, some for the BGA, and then also some for the cows. And I wasn't really aware of this, but an average moisture percentage of corn that you are going to harvest for, oh, well, hey, let's get the eggs here, for feed, you know, would be, you know, a little bit under 20%, 15-18% moisture, somewhere in there, if you were going to harvest it for, you know, cow feed or other purposes of the corn. However, if you are going to harvest it as a forage, basically dealing with the milk content, but they do that with moisture levels up in the 60-70% moisture. So that is a big difference from harvestable crop for other purposes towards forage purposes. So, I mean, 60% moisture, I mean, that, you know, heck, kind of made me realize that I could be doing my corn now for a forage purpose, and the yields aren't going to be really any different, very minuscule at the most. So they did some research on test plots of yield when harvested at full maturity or under that, and there was no real big difference. Like I said, very minuscule. So I'm thinking that we have, well, 3 days, including today. Well, today's get on the end of almost being over, but we've got 2 days of complete sunshine to kind of just mess around here, not really do much. We don't have any other crops ready. They're going to be off a little bit, and if we had to wait for the corn to fully mature, I mean, we're going to be here till snow flies. So I'm thinking that based on that fact and what I learned at the little convention thing, that we should just go right ahead and start that process right now. What do we get? Yeah, well, hey, you know what? It adds up. It adds up. I mean, that 4,000 liters was just sitting there to begin with, so might as well take advantage of it, make it useful. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to head up to the farm. I'm going to put this trailer back, and then we need to discuss foraging. So if I get back in one piece, I'll see you then. I got things parked back at the farm, and I thought I would walk down to the store. And one of the reasons why is I just wanted to check out the soybean crop here to see how it's doing. You know, with soybeans, there's an insect called the soybean aphid, and they can do a lot of damage to soybean crops. And if they get so bad, like a count, you know, how many count per plant and so many per acre, then we have to spray for aphids. You got to spray insecticides, and that's a nasty job. So you hope that you don't have an aphid outbreak. But one way to tell is you just walk through a soybean crop and then look down at your pant legs and kind of count how many aphids are on your pant legs to see if there's enough to justify spraying. Yeah, it's a calculated formula. There's a curve, a chart that you can do it in the, you know, the, now I can't think of the name of it. It'll come to me. Anyways, the name of it, but if it's cost effective, let's just put it that way, to spray for aphids, you know, injury levels and economic loss and all that stuff. So that's why I was just checking it out. But anyways, to the store. You'll notice I had to stop at the bank real quick. I had to take out a little bit of money. I took out $40,000 against my operating loan because I got to pay leasing fees for a forage harvester. And then I suppose I will end up leasing a forage wagon. Well, actually, you know what? Hey, I don't. I have one. What am I thinking? I got one. I bought that Vinhuse. So anyway, I don't need that. But anyway, I gotta have enough to lease the wagon, and then of course I need a little extra money. I gotta make payroll. Gotta pay Bjorn. He needs to get paid. So I'm gonna go in here and see what I can find out. Well, here's what they had at their warehouse. This is the Krone Big X 580. Nice little machine. It did cost me $24,000 to lease it. But hey, you know what? We're going to make that money back easily. The header I got for it is kind of a nice one. It's called the Easy Collect 1053. It's got a 10.5 meter width on it. This is made for their bigger Krona. I heard it pronounced Krona and Krone. I think it's pronounced Krona. Their harvester, but this will also work on this one. So this is going to get us going. Yeah. And I think it's going to be a fine and outstanding deal here for us. So, let's see. Let's just hop in here. I've never done this before. So, it should be relatively interesting. I think I'll just hook up to the header. And then Bjorn's coming out. I think I'm going to get him to run this thing. I'll do the carting of the silage. But, oh, that's a nice looking machine, I tell you. Great looking machine. You know, it's not as expensive as I was thinking, because the other one they had was a New Holland that they could get access to, and I think that one was like $32,000 to lease. So this is a better deal. Now, the question is, where do we go? Which one should we start with? I suppose the easiest would be to start next to the BGA plant. So we do have this one up here. I can't remember which ones I planted first. I think I planted this one first, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be an easy access to the BGA plant. So I think I'll probably go with that one up there to start, and bring that to the BGA plant and see how much we get off of it. And then possibly. We got this one down here that, well, it's on this side of the creek, so this one could go to the cows, and maybe these two. Well, we're going to save some for pigs. I suppose we have to either that or we make money and just use some pig food. We can see how much we get after the first one. So let's I'll head up to the field and hopefully Bjorn will show up, and maybe we'll get a couple loads in yet tonight before it gets too dark, and maybe we can even keep this rolling into the evening, but we'll see. So I'll get up to the field and get the trailer up there, and we'll see you after a little while. Well, I remembered that my Vinhuse trailer was full of silage. So what I did is I decided to dump it over here on this little cement slab. That way I don't get gravel mixed up with my my silage by putting it under one of the sheds or something. So I think that'll work good for now. We'll probably use that up. Excuse me, losing my voice. We'll probably lose that up, you know, fairly quickly. So that's okay. I don't mind that. You know, it's not like we're blocking an entrance here or anything. You know, I don't know what this was originally used for back in the day. You know, it kind of reminds me of like a wash bay or something. But being that it had a nice concrete slab, that's where it's at, and I think that'll be just fine. Now I can use my my Vinhuse trailer. So now Bjorn is up there. He's rocking and ready to go. Got his little lunchbox with him. Like me, he likes his Mountain Dew, so it makes him work better. So he's got a couple 2-liter bottles with him. But that's all good, you know, to each their own. I might get a couple loads in yet tonight, and we'll see how we feel after that. I know I don't have the biggest trailer in the world here, but you know, we're not a big operation. We don't need big equipment. We don't need big fancy trailers. The only thing we really need is just people to drive faster. It's my biggest complaint about this area is the slow drivers. But well, instead of having to watch this pain and suffering of slow driving, I'll see you up there in a second. Well, that's the first load, 36,300 liters. You know what? I don't think it's that bad. You know, the only reason I'm doing this is because all those research test plots showed that yield was, you know, not very different. So I think we're just going to go with it. You know, I might end up doing is seeing how much I get off that field, then making the decision about the second cornfield, and then at the end, I suppose I could cut some grass and add some chaff in here as well. So that's an option. The other thing I'm thinking of is I really don't need to back all the way up. Let me think about this. What did I have last time? 1 million liters, and how far did it come up? I can't remember. Did it come up probably right about in here somewhere? Maybe? So if I started right here and then had 1 million, I wouldn't come out the end. So we're going to do that. I don't have to go all the way back. Then I can just keep driving right over it. And that way I probably don't need to lease as many conveyors. I think right about here, this light pole right here, yeah, we'll go for it. Very nice. 36,000 liters, just like that. Probably get another one here. I haven't talked to Bjorn, see how late he wants to go. But otherwise, you know, we're in really no big hurry, so to speak. I mean, it's nice to get it all in there, compacted and fermenting, you know, but if we get that going tomorrow, that should be okay, I would think. Yeah, we'll do one more trailer load here. What I probably should do, thinking about it, is hook the trailer onto the harvester and do one load or going around the field so we don't have this. Hold on there, Bjorn. Don't get so excited. I gotta get out of your way first, buddy. Don't have this problem of hitting some of the crops. I should probably do that, but we'll fill this one up first, and then we'll go from there. Let's see if I can get a little closer, if you'll be able to move ahead just a little bit more. There we go. I guess I told him when he got to the field, just pick a nice straight line and go for it so we can get going here, instead of having to worry about headlands and borders and to start off with, so that kind of worked out. You know, when you think about it, actually, 36,000 liters of corn. I'm just going to look at this real quick. I'm just kind of curious. Corn is selling for, well, 505. Silage is selling for 433. Oh, I didn't. Maybe I should. No, corn's 701. What am I looking at? 701. Maybe this is stupid. Because corn is worth more than silage is. But, huh. Yeah, well, we gotta have silage anyways for the cows. Yeah, but then on the other hand, you know, without having the research, how would you know what your yield's going to be by just taking the kernels instead of the whole stalk as a forage? So that's a big difference there too. So I bet I bet you'd make more money with the silage because you're getting more yield of silage or more yield of chaff than you would on corn. So yeah, so that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, that field's not very big. I'm not going to get a lot of yield. So this all works out right. This is fine. Got a little confused there for a minute because like, oh, that's 7. Yeah, but I'm cutting it as a forage, not as corn. Well, you know what? I think we're going to call it a night there. I think so. We'll just empty this and call her a night. I am going to have the... No, actually, they told me, no, I'm going to get... If I leased it after 6 o'clock, the rest of the day is free, so then I'd have to pay for leasing fee tomorrow. So I was going to say, yeah, but no, that was the deal they made me. Otherwise, I would have waited until tomorrow to start leasing it. But that was the deal I got after 6 o'clock, so that's okay. But, yeah, we'll call her good there. Well, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the video, found it useful, maybe even a little entertaining. Or maybe it was just a bunch of tomfoolery. Who knows? But if you did, give us a like. We would appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we would appreciate that as well. But from the sun-setting Woodshire, I'm Mint down you. Have yourself a very great day and keep them between the ditches. So long.